I recently made a last minute trip to my first regional of the season, competing at the Louisville Regional Championship with one of the strongest teams in the format. We're going to be trying out this recreation on the ladder and seeing how well it can perform, because I've actually never laddered with this team. This is the recreation of the Dortmund regional winning team that I also brought to Louisville, and it ended up finishing in 45th place, going 8-3, just missing out on top cut in the final round. We have a really strong combination with the Whimsicott, the Garchomp, Hydreigon, Tailwind offensive mode, and then we have the setup mode with the Gholdengo, Annihilate, and Clefable. So the main concept of why I ended up bringing this team to the regional championship was because I didn't exactly have any time to practice, because I didn't know if I was going to the regional till the last minute. So my friends were kind of in the same boat, and we ended up deciding to run the same thing pretty much. And we decided to just bring this team because it did seem pretty strong. I haven't seen this team too much, which is surprising. So I thought maybe players might not have had the matchup exactly prepared. So I thought it could fit my style. I do like the Tailwind offensive mode. I do like setup. So it had a lot of things that I felt just resonated with me. So we have the Whimsicott, the Garchomp, and the Hydreigon. Really powerful Tailwind mode. With the Whimsicott, Tailwind is just always nice. Moonblast for the fairy coverage, which is really nice in this format because there aren't that many fairy types out there. We have Encore and Tailwind, which is really nice energy because the Tailwind is really nice speed control, and there aren't too many Tornaduses in the format because Tornadus doesn't exist, and not as many Prankster Tailwinds as there were previously. Talonflame has dropped off in usage, as well as opposing Whimsicott. So having a Whimsicott always guaranteed a speed control pretty much is super solid. Encore, again, amazing synergy because if they protect to stall out the Tailwind turns, you do Encore lock them, so they might be forced to switch out or be locked into an unfavorable move. Sunny Day is pretty solid because you do have the Hydreigon with the Terra Fire, so you can go for a really powerful Heat Wave, but also helps out in the rain matchup, which this team is a little bit weak to, and can help set up against snow, I guess, if you do want to make them inaccurate blizzards or prevent Aurora Veil from going up. Terraghost is a pretty standard Whimsicott because it does prevent the fake out from occurring into the Whimsicott because this doesn't have a Covert Cloak, as well as extreme speeds from like Dragonite and other Pokemon. We have the Hydreigon, able to do a lot of damage with that choice specs. Terra Fire for the power of the Heat Wave. It's really solid, and with the Levitate ability, it does help out because that's one less weakness that the Hydreigon does have to the ground moves. We have the Draco Meteor and Dark Pulse, really strong coverage options. Heat Wave really powerful, especially under the sun, and the Terra Fire option. And Snarl is pretty nice. It's a great Pokemon, especially into the Psychic Spam stuff. So I did really like the idea of having Hydreigon. It is a really good combination, I think. Alongside this Garchomp, Double Dragon's really solid. Earthquake with the Levitate ability on the Hydreigon allows for some really powerful Earthquake combinations alongside a powerful move from Hydreigon. Stormy Tantrum, of course, standard Garchomp with Dragon Claw. Terra Steel with Life Orb as a defensive Terra. Pretty standard Garchomp across the board. My friends actually ended up changing the Garchomp to make it Terra Poison plus the Poison Jab over Dragon Claw on Garchomp to help out in the Primarina matchup more, because opposing fairies can be a little bit annoying. Like if you face an opposing Whimsicott, it's not super easy to handle because you do have a bunch of fairy weaknesses. But overall, I felt like Dragon Claw was better for me, as one, I like the initial damage. You have the same type attack bonus, of course, but B, hitting Pokemon like Dragonite, hitting flying types as well. And opposing Garchomp's pretty important. Like I felt like this team's a little bit too weak to opposing Garchomp, so having that ability to at least win the speed tie and go for the Dragon Claw is really good. So I ended up keeping the Garchomp as the same. I think the only thing that could have changed was maybe the Terra on the Garchomp. Terra Steel wasn't super helpful, but I decided, hey, I'm gonna keep it because that was what was on the original team. And then with that Tailwind mode, we have the very important setup mode. You have the Gholdengo, Annihilate, and Clefable, which I felt was really nice because this Gholdengo with the Metal Coat has initial damage output with that Make It Rain, so you could set it up under Tailwind and just fire off the Make It Rains immediately, or you have that option to go for that Nasty Plot and dish out a lot of damage. As you might notice on this team, most of these Pokemon are max speed. Literally 5 out of 6, other than Clefable, which I'm not running max speed Clefable, are max speed, and that's kind of the goal of this team, speed, because it is to overwhelm your opponent in general. So that is what this Gholdengo is. Timid, max speed, no bulk. Pretty similar to, I think, how the original team was created. Again, this was a recreation since I didn't have the original EV spreads, but by the looks of it, it did look like max speed Annihilate, but did look like max speed on the Gholdengo. and that's what I ended up choosing. The Clefable with the Citrus Berry Unaware, really great into Dundozo, really nice setup Pokemon, and helps out against King Gambit, which can be a little bit pain for like the Golden Go, so it is very nice against those Pokemon. The Follow Me, just always a really strong option, especially if you're facing like a slower matchup or a Trick Room matchup. Allows you to buy some turns. Moonblast, again, really good coverage. Misty Terrain is the interesting move, and this really helps out against Amoonguss statuses, so you can't Sport a Clefable, which means you can keep on redirecting safely. Helps out against opposing Dragon type moves if necessary, but mainly it's for the statuses like preventing Will-O-Wisp burns, preventing spores. Just really nice in general, as well as canceling out the Psychic Terrain, which means that Expanding Force isn't getting that boosted power, or even removing a grassy terrain can be very handy. Finally, the last Pokemon is going to be this Annihilate with the safety goggles. Just a standard Annihilate with Rage Fist, Drain Punch, Bulk Up, Protect. There's no beat up on the Whimsicott, and I felt like it did make sense on this team after playing the regional, because you don't really pair up, I think, Annihilate Whimsicott too often, and it's really hard to get this situation set up. I think I did use it on stream, but in a lot of cases I felt like I didn't get a position to really go for the beat up, and I prefer having Sunny Day because I think, again, the rain matchup's not exactly the greatest if you don't have it. So having the Sunny Day was nice. The bulk up on Annihilate, it was Jolly Max Speed. It's really good into the balance cores of like Incineroar plus Amoonguss, and really just good against like those Trick Room Ursaluna teams with Porygon 2. So that is the reason for this Annihilate set. It's really good against those. Terra Water is a great defensive typing, and yeah, overall I felt the team was solid. Had a really fun time at the event and thought this team could have got me into Top Cut. Not sure about a win. If I was able to play really well, I think, throughout the Top Cut rounds, if I was able to make it, maybe, but overall felt the team was fantastic. Not too many changes I would make, and there's a reason why I ended up winning the Dortmund Regional Championship. So let's try it out and see how well it can do. Dragonite, Rillaboom, King Gambit, Sneasler, Magmar, and Primarina. Okay, so this is the standard general Magmar balanced team. Although it does have Dragonite actually, which does actually change it. It's over Dragapult. I wonder if this is the Francesco Pardini version that he brought to Dortmund. I think he got day 2 with it and had Dragon Dance on the Dragonite, which actually makes this a bit awkward. What do I normally like to go in against this? Because there is no Dragapult, which does make it a bit weaker for my Clefable setup. But Clefable's still really good. I love Annihilate. Garchomp is probably going to be brought in this case. And I don't really like Hydreigon. Golden Go is like okay, but it's not really necessary. It's probably Whimsicott. So I think I'm going to do Annihilate plus Clefable. A pretty good general setup across the board. They don't really have an easy time breaking through Clefable unless it's Ironhead on King Gambit, and then Whimsicott in the back. They do have a Sneasler, but the Sneasler can't do too much to Annihilate, and that gives me chances to just go for some safe bulk ups. Now, Dragonite's concerning because it could run Terra Blast, and Terra Blast Terra Flying is not easy to handle, so I do got to watch out for that. That's the element that Dragonite actually does provide that makes it more difficult, I think, than the standard Dragapult set, but we'll see. Magmar Sneasler, all right. Magmar Sneasler versus Annihilate Clefable. Interesting. I do have a Garchomp that could come in, and I think I'm actually going to go for Protect with the Annihilate, and I'm going to go out in a Garchomp because this is probably like a Dire Claw into the Sneasler and maybe like a Willis. There's a chance they double the Clefable with Overheat, which is fine because Garchomp's able to take the attack. I want to break a Focus Sash on the Sneasler and also be able to threaten him with Earthquake. So we'll protect the Annihilate. Let's figure out what they're clicking. Fake Out is beautiful. Yeah, they went for Fake Out Will-O-Wisp. So I am able to break that Focus Sash, which is beautiful. And oh, they taunted actually, but they taunted the Annihilate. It's not Wisp. Actually, it should always be Follow Me, Protect, Fire Move. Oh, if it doesn't have Wisp, that changes the game completely because I can go for like a bulk up with my Annihilate and I could Stomping here. I do think Rillaboom is probably coming in if they have it, or maybe Dragonite if possible. I kind of want to go for a Dragon Claw. Or do I want to go for Stomping? I could Stomping the Sneasler. You know what? I'll Stomping the Sneasler. If it's Taunt Magmar, I'm not too concerned about it. If Magmar switches out, this is... Don't tell me this is Dragonite and I could Dragon Claw. Man, I mean, that's still alright here. It's still alright. They Dire Claw, the Garchomp in case I double in the Sneasel, or they're just hoping for a status at this point. Nice, no status. Stomping Tantrum, gonna pick up knock on the Sneasler. That is great because that's one of the biggest answers to Clefable gone. And I do get a free bulk up with the Annihilate. So pretty good situation because I can now go for like a Dragon Claw plus another bulk up. I don't really see too much of a problem with that. Magmar's probably coming in. Yep. I don't know if they're protecting or not. I think I'm just going to go for a Dragon Claw and I'm going to go for bulk up. I don't really see a downside here to get going for a bulk up. Do I want to Terra Water, I guess is a question. I think Rillaboom is probably in the back. And since I don't have the best Rillaboom answers, I'd rather just risk a Terra Flying Terra Blast here. So I'm just going to go for a Dragon Claw into the Dragonite. There's no Terra here, so I'm not worried about the Terra Flying Terra Blast. There is a Follow Me, which is fine. Dragon Claw going to come out into Magmar. That's really good damage, actually. That's really good damage. Bulk up gonna come out. All right, are you Dragonance? I feel like you should be clicking Dragonance if you're making this play. Oh, Scale Shot. Okay, that's fine. I could have went in a Clefable, but at this point, like, it's looking pretty good for me. The Annihilate gonna be about to be +3, I think. Well, I'm +2 right now. I think I settled for +3. Scale Shot's not really too concerning at the moment. I could also go Wims here. Wims isn't a bad play either. Let's see. Do I need Tailwind up at this moment? Like, if I go Wims, what's the difference? I could Tailwind here, I suppose. I think I'd rather just go Clef, though. Like, I realistically would rather just go Clef and Protect because they probably taunt my Clefable slot. I'm actually just going to go for another bulk up because I don't think I KO'd a Magmar with +2, and I'm just going to go for Protect with Clefable. They're going to protect Dragonite too, so that's really ideal. Okay. Unless they have Wisp and they held it this entire time, but I don't know what move you get rid of since you have Taunt, which is the move I'm assuming is going to be over Wisp slot because it's usually general fire move, like an actual attack, follow me, and then it's usually the support move. They go for Taunt into the Annihilate, but that's fine. Annihilate's pretty much set up at this moment to do what it needs to do. Just gonna go for a Drain Punch and a Magmar, and I'm just gonna go for a Moonblast into the Dragonite slot. Break that Multiscale and Dragonite, and then ideally, because I think the Magmar does go down to +3 Drain Punch. I didn't think it was gonna be +2, but after the Dragon Claw damage from the Life Orb Garchomp doing half, I think Drain Punch KOs. If they protect Magmar, so be it. That's fine. Are they gonna go for Terra Ghost? Terra Ghost would be smart here if they do read my Drain Punch, but it's Dragonite Terraing into Terra. Is Terra flying? Okay. I am +3, so I should be able to tank it extremely well. Or not extremely well, but this should be doing like half at most, I'd say. Follow Me going to come out. Not too surprising. They do go for Terra Blast. I should be perfectly fine with this. Yeah, it doesn't even do half. Beautiful. So I am able to get Drain Punch recovery into Magmar, pick up that knockout. We get the Multiscale broken on the Dragonite. Beautiful. And then depends on the last Pokemon, but if it's King Gambit, I don't really like my opponent's odds. Rillaboom's the only Pokemon I think I could see myself getting a bit troubled against. But yeah, we do go for the Moonblast and Dragonite. That is not Multiscale. That is Inner Focus Dragonite. Primarina. Okay, I think I just KO'd a Primarina with Rage Fist and I spam Follow Me, and I just don't see how they win. I actually do want a Terra because in case, what would I think be the worst case? And being Choice Specs, Primarina, Dazzling Gleam, and Tailwind Dragonite. That's like how I see like this being the worst case. I think I always just Rage Fist the Primarina because it should pick up the knockout. And we go for Follow Me with the Clefable. So this should easily be able to avoid most situations where I think I could possibly lose the game. Because I think like normally Annihilate would just be able to win if it's the standard sets, right? We have the Terra Water. We go for Follow Me to prevent like a Moonblast Tailwind situation going up. Also prevents a Terra Flying Terra Blast crit into Annihilate, so we should be fine here. They go for Terra Blast. Clefable will easily tank. I actually did a lot of damage to Clefable, but Clefable going to be able to heal up with its Berry, and then we get the Rage Fist off. 100 base power +3. I don't think I just don't think Primarina ever lives that. I was wrong. Okay. They do Haze, but they get rid of their speed boost on the Dragonite. which actually makes this kind of interesting. I can't believe Primera lived. I mean, it's still fine because I can still Rage Fist. That could still follow me. If they protect Primarina, that's fine as well. I'm gonna be forfeit, yeah. I mean, even though you kind of won that and got the haze off, like what was Dragonite doing in that situation? It has the Terraflying Terror Blast. You can't scale shot to get the speed boost. Whimsicott in the back is looking really primed to set up, especially with the win. And all I need to do is KO the Primarina, and then I just like can double up the Dragonite very safely. So yeah, there really wasn't too much to say. I do think that I had a really good advantage. The fact that it wasn't Wisp Magmar probably just made that a lot easier though. The fact that it didn't have Wisp meant I didn't have to deal with it. Also, they didn't bring Rillaboom, which was also pretty nice. Milotic, the Sneasler, Indeedee, Male, Zoroark, Armarouge, and Archaludon. Huh. I don't know what I want to expect here, but they do have Size Spam. I know Milotic gets Flip Turn. I don't know if this will be Weak Arm or Weakness Policy or not. Hydreigon's just really good in this matchup. Other than the Sneasler. Sneasler is actually kind of concerning because I'm Burden. I do like the Hydreigon lead though. I think I'm just gonna lead Hydreigon plus Whimsicott. I think it's like an okay lead for the most part. And then in the back, definitely bring Gold. I think Gold is good. Do I bring Garchomp or do I bring Clefable? Because Clefable does have access to Misty Terrain, but I don't know if that's going to be a super big help. I think Garchomp offensively is just better. Like, it's better against Sneasler and a bunch of others, so I think that's probably the call. I don't know if we're going to see a Zoroark lead. This is just going to be a guessing game because they could be like thinking, oh, use the Zoroark, bait the Hydreigon attack, and like try to nuke the Hydreigon quickly. Or anything else. We'll find out. Going to be the lead of the Archaludon and Male Indeedee. I click Snarl plus Moonblast into the Indeedee, assuming this isn't a Zoroark. I have no clue if it is. Although I really don't know if he would lead. I feel like it is Zoroark, man. I feel like it is. Because I just don't think you lead Archaludon against me. Maybe for Stalwart, maybe. You know what? I'm clicking Snarl. I'm going to click Tailwind. Covering for the Zoroark, just in case. Indeedee switches out. Was there anything that punished me on the Snarl? Milotic, I guess? Sneaser's okay. Could have got Moonblast off, but that's acceptable. Alright. So I am able to get a Snarl off. Tailwind. Could have got Moonblast, but it's alright. It was Zoroark, I had a feeling. Like, Archaludon was just such a weird lead to have here, I think. So we're able to crit the Archaludon, aka the Zoroark. I don't think it mattered because Zoroark is such a frail Pokemon. This is Choice Spec Snarl. I wouldn't be surprised if it just knocked out naturally. So Zoroark goes down. We know it's Archaludon back, so we know all the Pokemon my opponent has. We can go for a double up the next turn with Moonblast, and we can Terra just to make sure that we're sticking around. Archaludon's actually going to come out on their side. All right. I think they're losing to Garchomp. But yeah, I'm just going to go Golden Go on the Hydreigon slot. It's pretty safe. And I think I'm going to break the Sturdy on the Archaludon. Or do I... Actually, no. I'd probably want the Moonblast damage into Sneasler. Because if I get the Moonblast damage into Sneasler, that puts him Make It Rain range, which is actually kind of nice. And Sneasler's probably the biggest threat right now. So bring out the Gold on a close combat. We're faster than the Sneasler, which is actually really good information to note. They go for Dire Claw. All right. Did he Draco Meteor or did he just Flash Cannon double up? All right. I guess the poison, unfortunate, but I'll take it over Sleep. Snarl, okay. How are they beating Garchomp? How are you beating Garchomp? That's my question. How are you beating Garchomp? I'm going Garchomp now. I can't go Hydreigon. I could go Hydreigon, click Heat Wave, but I just don't think it's ever worth it. We bring out the Garchomp. I don't want to go on Hydreigon because they would throw chop if they're attacking. I think I don't hate it. I think I am going to go Hydreigon, I think, and click Earthquake. Yeah, because I get to reset the special attack stat, which is actually really ideal. Because if I protect Golden Go, I can't protect the next turn. If, let's say, they protect Sneasler or Draco Meteor to Chomp, I think this is probably worth it. I can't Terra Steel, unfortunately, in this position because they do have quite a few things that could screw that over. Arcalon Terras, which is not too surprising, into Terra Bug. Okay. So now it's vulnerable to Heat Wave, so I'm okay with that. They do have Throat Chop. Okay, so they do reveal Throat Chop. It goes into Hydreigon. Super ideal. Earthquake going to pick up the knock on Sneasler. And I should be able to KO, I think, the Arcalon with Heat Wave. And Heat Wave Make It Rain should sweep this endgame's position, if I'm not mistaken. Assuming I connect. We saw Stamina, so that's interesting. Could be Draco Meteor, right? Oh, they click Snarl again. Interesting. Okay. I don't mind them clicking Snarl here because I'm pretty sure I can always KO the entity with a Heat Wave and a Dragon Claw. And I always will click Heat Wave and the Dragon Claw. I just got to hit moves. I just got to hit moves. So just hit the Heat Wave and hit the Dragon Claw. We also have Golden Go, which is also in a really good spot, I think, to win the end game. So come on. Just hit your Heat Wave. I just need to hit one of the Heat Waves, I think, and I guarantee. So go for the Terrifier, get the extra power because I think we'll knock out the Arcalon even through the -1, even if it's a Soul Vest. All right, Dragon Claw. It is Focus Sash, not too surprising. Or it just hanged on, but it probably is Focus Sash. Heat Wave comes out, connects with both. That damage, what the heck? I know I'm -1 special attack, but that's a Choice Specs Hydreigon. I'm shocked that is there something I'm missing? I feel like Terrifier Heat Wave should have done more. Granted, I still win the game, but that's crazy to me. Okay, gonna go for Dragon Claw and Heat Wave. I could have switched out, I suppose, but I'm pretty sure that I just win with Golden Go Make It Rain because I'm timid Golden Go. Actually, I don't outspeed Arcalon guaranteed, so maybe I should have switched out, but it's not like Arcalon can pick up the knockout. And also, if it's taking the attack that well, I think it has to have bulk. I think it can't have speed investment. Like, it just took the Heat Wave way too well for it being super effective. You get the knock on Arcalon, good game. But yeah, getting rid of the Sneasler was a pretty big point. Getting to read right on the snow, I was like, yeah, you don't lead Arcalon against my team. I just feel like it's super strange because you don't have any speed control. I just outspeed and can double threaten. Granted, it wasn't a sturdy set I thought it was. It was a Assault Vest set, and then there was the what's it called, the Zorak as well. But you know what? I'll take it. Dragonite, the Fire Tauros, Rillaboom, Sneasler, Empoleon, and Alolan Ninetales. A cool team for sure. Now, Empoleon makes this interesting. The Fire Tauros is a little bit tough because of its Mirror Herb. It's not going to be great. I'd probably say Annihilate is really good here with Clefable. I don't know if it's a Roarvel Ninetales the problem. That is definitely one of my biggest concerns, I think, at the moment. I do think that I probably want to lead Annihilate plus the Clefable right off the bat. I think it's really strong in this matchup. Garchomp isn't bad here. I don't know if I really want to bring it, though. They do have 3 ground weeks, which is a positive. But Golden Go is really good here. And I mean really good. I think I might want to bring it. It's great against Sneasler. It's great against Rillaboom. Decent to Dragonite depending on its move pool, which I think is really nice. And I think I like Whimsicott. Tailwind does allow me to outspeed, I think, for the remainder of the game. Dragons aren't bad here. Garchomp isn't terrible, but I don't really know the sets too much, and that concerns me. And the Hydreigon's not bad, but I do expect Dragonite and Fire Tauros, which means Hydreigon probably has a Terra, which I probably want to Terra my Annihilate in this matchup, or I don't know if I'm going to Terra Annihilate just because of the Rillaboom. So I think it just depends. We'll see. Gonna be the Fire Tauros and the Dragonite versus my Clefable and Annihilate. Okay, we get to figure out, are you Mirror Herb on the Tauros? Because we'll figure it out right now. But luckily we have Underwear Clefable, which is able to not care about any boost that the Tauros has. And yep, it is going to be that Mirror Herb set, but we're unaware on the Clefable, so I'm not really too threatened by it. Excellent. So I'm going to go for a bulk up immediately with Annihilate. I do want to get the defense boost, and I will just go for the follow me with the Clefable. A pretty standard setup right here. Extreme Speed going to go into Clefable, which A-okay by me. It's not really doing too much. Follow me going to come out with the Clefable. I wonder what the Dragonite is. Is that choice band damage? I don't think so. We're going to see the Raging Bull doesn't do too much damage. Again, Unaware is going to prevent Clefable from seeing the +2 on the Tauros at the moment. And we get a bulk up. Also, we confirmed that the Tauros is going to be a max speed variant. All right. It's also not Flare Blitz, which is actually really good to know. I do want to go for bulk up again with Annihilate. The question is, do I want to go for Protect or do I just want to follow me? Probably just follow me. Follow me seems pretty safe with the Clefable. There's no extreme speed, so we know it's not choice locked on the Dragonite. So what are you clicking here? Willow is going to come out, which is perfect. Okay. So we do have to watch out because it does have Will-O-Wisp on the Tauros, but I'm okay with that. I just don't think the Drain Punch was KOing, so that's why I didn't go for the Drain Punch in the Tauros. I want to rather have the another bulk up. Oh, why you haze on this Dragonite? No. Oh, they trolled me so hard. They trolled me so hard. That makes life very, very difficult. I don't think you're gonna Willow though. I think you're probably just gonna go for Raging Bull. If that's the case, I'm gonna go straight for the Drain Punch into the Tauros slot and protect the Clefable. They're gonna protect Dragonite to prevent Multiscale broken, I think, so that's nice. I really hope you're not going for Willow. Please just go for Raging Bull. Either slot is fine. Nice. Okay. So that's pretty ideal as we get to have Clefable still safe. They could have went for Extreme Speed plus a attack the following turn, which is why I didn't go for that. Because they got the Raging Bull out, they can go for Extreme Speed and Clefable. They get a Will-O-Wisp buff into Annihilate, but it's not great. So I think our goal now is to currently put this Tauros into range of my Whimsicott Moonblast is probably the ideal situation. So we're going to go for Follow Me once again. They're going to go for Extreme Speed, which is fine. As we go for Follow Me. Unfortunately, the thing is we didn't get set up at all, which is really a shame, but still acceptable. They go for the Raging Bull combination. It is in the Clefable. Clefable was probably going down anyway, unless they wanted to go for the Raging Bull into the Annihilate, which would have been fine. Here comes a Drain Punch. Again, it's a Tauros. I should put it in range of Moonblast, so I can start now going into Whimsicott and put it under pressure. So I think I want to go for a bulk up now. And I am going to just Moonblast the Tauros. Because if they're not clicking Haze, I don't think they're going to be clicking Haze anytime soon. They're probably just going to try to target the Whimsicott. I could see this being Tauros Protect, which is fine. I just wonder if I should have broken Multiscale or if the bulk up is actually worth it. I feel like the bulk up is worth it, but we'll see. I do want this bulk up off, and then next turn I can go for the Drain Punch. We don't see any Protects, which is excellent. So I do get the Moonblast KO into the Tauros, which is great. What are you going for with the Dragonite? I don't think you're clicking Haze again, so I'm kind of curious on what your last move is. Are you going for Scale Shot? I don't think you'd Scale Shot in this position because that activate my Rage Fist, but sure. I'll gladly take this, by the way. I'll gladly take this. They were also probably scared of like Encore into Dragonite because I could have Encore locked them into the... Oh, no, wait, no. They locked in Extreme Speed. They didn't lock into Protect. Okay, they get 5 hits, which is not ideal, of course, but I think this is an okay trade. Annihilate is +1, and you hit 5 times, so I'm maxed out on Rage Fist. I'm 300 base power, so gladly take that. We're going to see what being brought in. Empoleon. I mean, I think this is just a Protect from Annihilate, and I think... yeah, I think this is Protect Annihilate, because I could go for Tailwind here. Kind of an interesting spot. I think I'm just going to go for a Moonblast into the Dragonite and click Protect with Annihilate. Because I imagine you are just going to Scale Shot the Annihilate, because the Annihilate is the scary part. Yeah, you're going to Scale Shot the Annihilate, which means that Whimsicott's still around. Perfect. I expected Empoleon to Protect because I could have Drain Punched it. Moonblast going to come out into the Dragonite, get some pretty good chip damage. We're going to see the Hydro Pump come out. Okay, that's offensive Empoleon for sure. Okay. I have a few options. Sunny Day, I could, but I don't think it's really that impactful. I think this is the play to just Rage Fist, KO the Empoleon, and Tailwind. Hydro Pump is crazy to me. Okay, yeah, let's Tailwind. Let's set up the Tailwind. Get the KO on Empoleon. I imagine +1 with 300 base power. Rage Fist is enough to KO Empoleon. I'd imagine so. We outspeed the Dragonite. Yeah, goodbye Empoleon. Okay, Empoleon down. Excellent. And then Dragonite gonna go for Scale Shot. And you missed the Annihilate, which is fantastic. I think they had to hit 5, so it was like maybe a 50% chance. But yeah, that's super ideal. Rillaboom gonna come in. Think we're in a game-winning spot. I'm pretty sure that Golden Go will just seal the win here, guaranteed. Yeah, they had to hit 5 again in order to KO the Annihilate. So I had a 50% chance. Then again, it would put me in Grassy Glide range, but I still think that's pretty acceptable. We're just gonna go for a Rage Fist. I'm gonna target down the Rillaboom, and I'm just gonna go for my Terra Ghost, I think, because I don't think they're gonna Terra the Dragonite. I also don't need Terra Steel in this game if I get the Pokemon Weakened for Make It Rain range. Battle's gonna be forfeit, actually. Okay, let's go Annihilate. Let's go Annihilate. I cannot believe it was Haze Dragonite, and that sequencing looked pretty bad, but the fact that I was able... They gave me 1 turn to set up Annihilate, and that 1 turn, I was able to get the Whimsicott in, go for that Tailwind, or like not set up Tailwind immediately, but I was able to have that pressure of the Tailwind. The Rage Fist stack was so huge. It meant they couldn't really play passive against my Annihilate. Annihilate was just able to claim some KOs, which was fantastic, especially into the Empoleon, while Moonblast, the Tauros, no Protect, break the multi-scale eventually. And I think I was set up in a really good position against the Rillaboom Dragonite endgame. Came down to its move pool again. If they had high horsepower on either of those Pokemon, could have changed it, but the fact that I would have probably gotten a lot of damage to put them in the range of Make It Rain, I felt like was pretty good odds for me. Also, Dragonite was Protect, Scale Shot, Extreme Speed, Haze, so it couldn't actually touch Golden Go. It literally just came down to the Rillaboom moves, actually. Sableye, Annihilate, Rillaboom, Archaludon, the Mousehold, and Blood Moon Ursaluna. Okay, Screens Annihilate. They have very big threats with the Mouse-Ape combination. They have the Archaludon. I'd imagine... I can't tell what kind of Mousehold this is. It's either Wide Lens or it's going to be the Friend Guard. Both work on this team. Ursaluna is a pretty big threat. I think lead-wise, they don't have the best answers to Golden Go, so I think Golden Go plus Clefable is pretty reasonable for the most part, because I can set up nasty plots pretty consistently, I think, against this team. Garchomp isn't bad, but they do have the Rillaboom. I think I'm just going to bring Hydreigon, and I'm going to bring Whimsicott in the back, because I do think that Whimsicott, Hydreigon are really good into this team, and I mean really good. So let's figure out what is going to be the option for my opponent. I like the back Hydreigon Whimsicott, because if they want to start... Because I like special attacks against this team more than physical attacks. The only problem is the Archaludon could be Snarl on this set. But we're going to see the Ursaluna and the Mousehold. Okay. I'm going to double Protect here, I think. Or do I? So there's like Blood Moon interactions. They could go for like a switch out Ursaluna, go for Beat Up. Okay, they go for Protect or Helping Hand. Is this Helping Hand Blood Moon in the Clef turn 1? This is why I wanted to double Protect, because I wanted to scout for Blood Moon. Helping Hand should usually signal that it's a supportive Mousehold, which means maybe no Population Bomb, which makes things so much easier if that's the case. Yeah, they went for Blood Moon and Clef. Perfect. So I always follow me this turn and I click Nasty Plot. I like this spot. Okay. I could have played impatiently turn 1 and risked it, but I'm glad I played it safe. Because the thing is, if I get blown up immediately, like, it's a really awful spot. We'll go for a Follow Me plus a Nasty Plot. There really is no punish here to my opponent. Other than, I guess, they could go for, what? A Taunt into Clefable and a Blood Moon. I also want to scout for, like, Protect from the Ursaluna, maybe Taunt from the Mousehold, which also would have been scary to figure out. But let's see what they decide to go for. Helping Hand again. Hyper Voice or Earth Power? Either way, it's fine by me. We go for the Follow Me. Now we set up the Golden Go. Just a classic Follow Me nasty plot. Always enjoyable. What is your Ursaluna clicking? It is Hyper Voice. Okay. Jeez, that does so much damage. Okay. Let's see. Does Terra Steel make it rain KO the Ursaluna through Friend Guard? I guess we'll find out together. I'm willing to risk it. Do I want to do anything here with Clef? I outspeed Ursaluna no matter what. Do I just Moonblast? I'll just Follow Me to be safe. Terra Steel, if I can clear the board and make it rain, I get 2 knockouts. I'm in a pretty decent spot. Maybe I could have protected Clef because if this is Taunt, it could be a weird situation depending on who comes out the next turn if I get both knockouts here. Let's see. Or maybe I should have Moonblast in case it's Focus Sash. It is Protect from the Mouse Hold. Okay. Which is fine for me. I do get to Follow Me. And if Clef goes down and Ursaluna survives this somehow, I do get the position of getting in my Whimsicott. So that's fine. Okay, here comes the Make It Rain. Yeah, I do KO to Ursaluna in 1 shot. Nice. That's the power of Metal Coat with the +2. So Ursaluna Blood Moon down. And we're going to figure out who's going to be brought in next. Or Caledon. Or Caledon, if it's for some reason. It should always be Stamina on this team, but if it's something else that's crazy. Rillaboom coming in is a very big surprise. Okay. I don't see a problem with going for double protect. If they bait me into going for the beat up here into a switch into Annihilate, good play on their part because I don't want to risk like high horsepower. I want to see what the Rillaboom's really deciding to do here. I wonder if I should Nasty Plot the upcoming turn. Nasty Plot might be super safe. Because I'm curious if I knock out Rillaboom with +3, make it rain. Oh, they did make the play, I think, with Annihilate. Or Caledon as Annihilate. They went for the beat up play. Really smart by them. And I mean really smart by them. They did get me there. Okay. Really good play on their part. Maybe I should have just risked Nasty Plot Follow Me just to be safe. Yeah, really smart play by my opponent. Okay. I could have prevented that, but that's all right. It's not. They only get 3, but I don't know if Rage Fist knocks out the Clefable at the range I'm at. I actually have no clue. Because it depends on how much the Annihilate is invested. But I'm just going to Nasty Plot with my Golden Go once again. And I'm going to click Follow Me. They could go Rillaboom here, which is fine. They're going to Terra here. They have to Terra, which makes sense. All right. What's your Annihilate Terra? Because that's going to be big importance. Water. Okay. I'm okay with it being Water Terra. Let's see. Mousehold protects, which actually is really good for me because this is not like a helping hand situation. We get to find out who's faster between Annihilate and Golden Go. I am max speed Golden Go. It is max speed Annihilate. I wonder if they actually have offense to take the knock on the Clefable. They do. Okay, so I wonder how bulky that Annihilate is. As we do get another Nasty Plot off. All right. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Actually, this might not be as great as I thought because there is a Friend Guard still on deck. I'm trying to figure out how I'm beating the Whimsicott. This might not be as good as I was hoping. I do go Whimsicott here. Because I do need the Tailwind set up because Golden Go is threatened. I could protect a Moonblast here. The question is, what is your mouse hole set? I feel like it's Goggles on this team. I have no clue. Trying to think. No, it's always worth going for Make It Rain here because the mouse hole just protected. I can't really afford mouse hole to stick around on the field. So I'm going to Make It Rain Tailwind. I think I'm forced to lock in here. All right. Yep. They go for Follow Me. As we go for the Tailwind and the Terra Steel Make It Rain. How much damage are we doing to this Annihilate is a good question, because this is probably Friend Guard. We do a good amount of damage to make it rain. Not enough to the Annihilate where I'm happy. Okay. I would have liked it doing a little bit more damage to try to put it into Moonblast range, but this should just be... Oh, it's Citrus Berry too. Oh, that means I probably guarantee lose here, actually. A Drain Punch. Is there a way I could win? The fact that Annihilate got all the recovery back. They didn't bulk up once, though. That's the thing. They haven't bulked up once. If they didn't bulk up once, maybe it's winnable. I go into Hydreigon. Okay, no, I think this is winnable. Yeah. Rillaboom gonna come in. I mean, it depends on how bulky the Annihilate is, but I think if you knock out the Clefable with the Rage Fist, because I'm really defensive Clefable, it should be Fake Out Drain Punch in the Dragon. I'm gonna Draco Meteor the Annihilate, and I'm gonna Encore the Rillaboom, expecting Fake Out here. Yep, Fake Out Drain Punch. Yep, makes sense. This way they can't Grassy Glide into future turns, and I can go for Moonblast Draco Meteor. And then I think we're actually in an okay spot to win. Because I think we do tank one Drain Punch in neutral. They Rage Fist, actually, which makes this a lot easier because Hydreigon didn't take Chip. Okay. Gladly take that. Gladly take that. Now I just got to land Draco Meteor into the Annihilate, and I think I win. There are some weird things about stalling here, but yeah, we're going to go for Draco Meteor. We're going to go for Moonblast into the Annihilate. There's really no reason to target down the Rillaboom if it's locked into Fake Out here. I should probably count the number of turns. Okay, they don't protect here, so Moonblast for the chip. Yeah, it actually did a lot more than I thought. Draco Meteor going to come out into the Annihilate, pick up that knockout to Annihilate, and now Rillaboom's locked into Fake Out, and it will be locked into Fake Out for the rest of the game. So all I have to do, keep going for Moonblast and Dracos, Encore when the Encore wears off, and I should be able to win even if this Rillaboom isn't power pointed up in its Fake Outs. So a little bit of a dangerous game, a little bit of a dangerous end game right there. I definitely had a good start. Didn't have exactly the best mid game position, but you know, we were still able to pull through. Even if they Drain Punch Hydreigon, as long as they don't crit, I think I would have been able to hang on, because they were jolly Annihilate for sure. They probably had an attack investment, but I don't think Drain Punch was not get Hydreigon at neutral. I just don't. As long as no Fake Out or Grassy Glide crit. So very happy with how that end game played out. Dragonite, Tauros Fire, Sneasler, Rillaboom, Empoleon, Ninetales. Wait. Oh, I feel like we played against this opponent. I'm pretty sure we did. Yeah, I think we did. Okay. Wasn't this Mirror Herb? It was Haze Dragonite. I do remember that. It was Haze Dragonite. I had to watch out for it. So I think I'm just leaning the same thing of Annihilate plus Clefable. I think it's pretty strong here. What did they bring? They brought the Boros last time. They brought the Dragonite, which is Haze, Protect, Scale Shot, Extreme Speed, if I remember right. The Empoleon, which had Hydro Pump, and then... But I don't remember what they brought as their last mon. I really don't. Oh yeah, it was Rillaboom, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure it was a Rillaboom. Okay, if that's the case, what would there be adjustments? I don't really know too much. I think like just gold Whimsicott in the back. I feel like my plan is fine with just like a few adjustments in the beginning parts of the game. If I get a few adjustments at the beginning part of the game, I think we're in a pretty good spot. I also hit my microphone. I'm not used to having a table, so I actually changed my desk setup from the last episode, and I have a desk, like I have a brand new desk with an extension, or not like a new desk. It technically is a new desk because I have my old desk, and then I just have this desk now, and I'm using it because now I can actually like use my keyboard because I have no room because of the monitor. So yeah, I actually have extension. It actually feels great to actually game on a desk while having a keyboard. Like I'm actually able to use my keyboard efficiently. So let's see. If I hit my microphone a few times in future videos, that is the reason why. Let's see. We're going to see the lead of Sneasler plus Empoleon. Interesting leads. Versus Annihilate and Clefable. I think this is pretty all right here. I think I'm just going to go for Protect with Annihilate, and I'm going to switch out. Do I want to switch out into Golden Go? I think I do, right? I have a few options. I could go for the Terra Water here, which isn't a bad option either. You know what? I'm just going to Protect. I'm going to Protect and Scout. I'm going to debate on if I go for Terra. Oh, they switch out the Empoleon. That Tauros? Yeah, that's Tauros, right? Yep, that's Tauros. Okay. So they're gonna get the Mirror Herb. I get the Defiant at +1. Man, if I just Drain Punch, that would have been a good spot. I kind of regret not playing offensively. What's the Sneasler going for? I think I Terra the Clefable then. Yeah, at this point, I'm gonna Terra the Clefable. Because I'll resist the Raging Bull. I neutral the Dire Claw is pretty good for this plan. Ooh, it's coaching. Okay, coaching. Not good. Although it's still fine, I think. They got me there. I really regret not Drain Punching now. It should be fine though. Actually, they're gonna attack for sure. Probably a Raging Bull. I'm still gonna go for a Drain Punch into Tauros, and I think I'm actually gonna Moonblast the Tauros. I don't think they're clicking Wisp. I think they're clicking Raging Bull. I think Dire Claw is coming out, which is fine because Clefable will be able to take Dire Claw and a Raging Bull. If they Raging Bull my Annihilate, I'm in a good spot. So I think Terra Water is pretty worth it. The only problem is Rillaboom, but if I get rid of the Tauros, I'm in a great position. They Dire Claw the Clefable, we're able to tank it, and Citrus Berry will recover. That is such a bad turn. I hate this move so much. Oh, and I was in a great spot if I was able to get that Moonblast off. I was in such a great spot if I was able to get the Moonblast off. God dang it. Okay. Man, even if I I would have been such a good spot because Whimsicott would have been in a great position. What am I doing here? Probably I have to sack. Are they going to CC? I think I just Protect Annihilate and I just sack my Clefable. If they double up here... Well, the problem is I clicked... Oh no, I clicked Moonblast. I have a chance to wake up this turn if they ignore the Clefable. But they do just Dire Claw the Clefable, which is obviously not ideal, but... What are you doing with the Tauros? You are Will-O-Wisp-ing, okay. I can win based on a bit of luck, I suppose. I'm going Whimsicott for sure here. Unfortunately, I have to switch out my Annihilate and go Golden Go and hope that they don't Raging Bull, which I don't think they should be going for. Do I want to risk the Dire Claw or do I want to Tailwind and guarantee? I think I always Tailwind and guarantee. Yeah, I always Tailwind and guarantee the Shadow Ball pressure into the Tauros because I think Shadow Ball should knock out the Tauros for max special attack. Golden Go. We get the Tailwind up with Whimsicott. The problem is if Whimsicott goes down, then they could stall out the Tailwind, which is not ideal. Here comes a Dire Claw into the Whimsicott. Okay, not a bad turn. Because I can Nasty Plot with my Golden Go and I can Encore the Tauros. I think Tauros is probably switching out anyway or protecting, but that's fine. Okay. So I have a Nasty Plot set up. That's a good position. That's a very good position. I'm just hoping that Golden Go can pick up a win, but we are fighting back in this. All right. They go for Dire Claw to pick up the knockout on Whimsicott, which is a-okay. All right. So I get to go Annihilate. Does Make It Rain KO the... I feel like Make It Rain should KO Tauros if it has no bulk, and I don't think this Tauros has bulk. So I'm going to go for Make It Rain, and I'm just going to Drain Punch the Sneasler. This is probably like Empoleon coming in, which is fine. And I don't know what you're doing with the Sneasler. Do you have Protect is the question? Or are you going to just go straight for the Dire Claw? I kind of just want to go on the offense because if it's like a fake out coaching set, then I'd rather make sure that Sneasler can't do anything like cheesy in the future turns. But this should be Empoleon, which I do get a really strong hit off, so I'm okay with this. Nice. Okay. Big Drain Punch into Sneasler. We also get a Make It Rain off into the Sneasler. Pick up that knockout. Empoleon took that really well, but it's quad resisted after all. I wonder... I don't think I can afford to bulk up. I really can't risk the... I couldn't risk really like Dire Claw being a thing again. Is this Rillaboom? No, it's Dragonite. Okay, Dragonite makes this a lot easier. All right. Because if it's a haze set, I'm kind of chilling actually. I'm going to Shadow Ball and... Do I bulk up? Actually, I think... Well, it depends. This is the last turn Tailwind. This actually might not be as easy as I was hoping for. I feel like they're always gonna attack. I think I bulk up here. I think I bulk up with the Annihilate and I protect my Golden Go. Because if they Scale Shot, I think this is an okay trade position. Because the thing is I'm worried about is like the haze situation next to Tauros makes this a bit weird. I feel like I want a defense boost. Scale Shot gonna come out. All right. I would ideally like not to be hit 5 times here. Well, unfortunate. It's just going to come down to do I get hit 5 times the next turn, I suppose, unless they want to go for the anything else. Hydro Pump into gold. Yep. That's what I anticipate. I think this is Specs Empoleon. I'm like pretty sure it is. Ellen Peters out. I am going to go for Shadow Ball into the Empoleon, and I am going to go for a Drain Punch into the Empoleon. Yeah, I think so, because if they haze, I get the KO. Nice dodge. Okay, that's a good dodge. Drain Punch into Empoleon, picks up the knockout. I get a Shadow Ball off into the Dragonite. That's fantastic, actually. That's incredible. Okay, beautiful. All right, making up for the early parts of the game, we are able to get the Shadow Ball off into the Dragonite, which should bring it down pretty low. Yep. That's definitely multi-skill Dragonite. I'm pretty sure Make It Rain will pick up the KO. We're gonna see the Tauros come out. I wonder... I don't think +1 Make It Rain's KOing the Tauros, so that's my only problem. I do get the Define stack. They're probably just gonna haze away to boost, I'd imagine. Which is fine because I also get the Rage Fist. I think I'm just gonna go for Make It Rain and I'm gonna go for a Rage Fist. Actually, can I afford to do that? Okay, I do have +1 defense. I live a close combat and a Scale Shot. Actually, I think my place is just to always protect the Golden Go and Rage Fist the Dragonite. The Dragonite probably doesn't protect. The Tauros would probably protect if it is the case. Like, Tauros can only... The Tauros needs to be alive to KO the Golden Go. So, they are going to Rage Fist. Perfect. I don't think I go down to close combat. I think Rage Fist should knock out the Dragonite after it gave me the boost. Yep, they did Rage Fist the Golden Go. Exactly. And then Rage Fist knocks out the Dragonite. And then I should be able to beat the Tauros 1v1. Yep, beautiful. Oh, okay. I think that guarantees the win here. Because I had a feeling they were going to haste to get rid of the boost. It just made so much sense. And if they Scale Shot, then Annihilate, I'm not sure if close combat double up picks up the knockout. I think they need 5 hits still. So I could have hoped for the 4 hit. But I felt like they had to get rid of Golden Go because the thing is... If they don't get rid of Golden Go with the Tauros, the Dragonite has no way to beat the Golden Go. So they needed a Raging Bull into the Golden Go eventually in the game. And there was a chance I just attacked with the Golden Go. I think I won anyway, even if I just clicked Rage Fist into the Dragonite. But Tauros had Will-O-Wisp, and then it could have been an interesting game. I just Rage with Shadow Ball always, and I should have the game sealed. Battle gonna be forfeit. Oh... They get lucky with that Scale Shot miss, but there was the turn 1 Dire Claw sleep on the Clefable in a position I could have been fine because I could have got the hit into Tauros. I could have put out the same situation with the Moonblast the following turn. Like, I would have been an okay spot, I think, but... Ooh. Was able to pull out that win. Golden Go, Blood Moon, Ursaluna, Dragonite, the Sneasler, Incineroar, Rillaboom. Alright, let's see here. I like Annihilate. Annihilate is good. I think Annihilate is really good. The fact that they have Blood Moon, Ursaluna, only speed control that they could possibly have is like Tail and Dragonite is interesting. I do think I want to lead Annihilate, so I think I will go with Annihilate. I think Annihilate Clefable was probably pretty ideal. There is the Golden Go, which is kind of concerning, but I should be able to play around it. The question is, do I want extra firepower with Hydreigon, or do I want to go full support? Because I do want to bring Whimsicott for the speed advantage. Or do I need it for the speed advantage? The Golden Go is not bad here. It's good against Sneasler. It's good against the Blood Moon or Ursaluna, assuming Make It Rain's pretty strong. Depending on the Garchomp set. Or not Garchomp, depending on the Dragonite set, because if it has Sami Tantrum or Low Kick is going to be a big one. Garchomp's also pretty decent across the board. I think I'm going to bring Golden Go as the last. Because the problem with Garchomp is good, but I just have no idea if it's actually decent set, if I could decently set it up here. I have no idea what like the movesets are. I'd imagine it's pretty standard. I'm kind of curious on what the Ursaluna set is, whether it's Assault Vest, maybe Life Orb. We're gonna say Dragonite plus Blood Moon Ursaluna straight off the bat. All right, Clefable and not AL8 will take the board. I don't know if they Blood Moon immediately. I think I'm just gonna go for Bulk Up, and I'm gonna go for Follow Me. They go for Hyper Voice. It's not super ideal, but I should be fine. Let's just Follow Me and Bulk Up. Dragonite switches out. All right, interesting. Sneasler coming in. All right, I am fine with Sneasler coming in. Follow Me from the Clefable. Okay. And a Bulk Up from Annihilate. Don't tell me Blood Moon immediately into Annihilate, but that'd be insane. Oh my goodness, they actually did. Oh no, I know the Clef. Clef followed me. Okay, we're fine. We are fine. That's a pretty good situation actually, because that means they can't go for it the next turn. So I actually like this spot. I think I'm going to go for a Drain Punch into the Blood Moon Ursaluna, and I'm actually going to retreat my Clefable. I'm going to go on a Golden Go because it's probably Dire Claw coming in, and I'm not risking a Dire Claw coming out into my Clefable. So not a bad start here at all. Clefable gets to retreat. I got to go Golden Go. I don't think you're clicking Earth Power. Maybe Protect here to stall out for the Blood Moon. We're going to see a Terra come out for my opponent. All right. Terra normal Hyper Voice does Drutzen quite a bit of damage, so that wouldn't be surprising. It's Terra Water. Interesting choice. A Dire Claw, beautiful. Okay. As Drain Punch comes out into the Ursaluna. Oh my goodness, they're crazy. They're crazy. But why did that not KO Golden Go? It's leftovers. It's leftover. Okay. Unless this, okay, does these are Throat Chop, I guess is the question. I guess we'll find out. I'm gonna go for a Drain Punch, and I'm gonna go for Shadow Ball. Actually, no, I'd rather go for Bulk Up. Realistically, I'm gonna go for Bulk Up. They could protect the. Actually, I'd rather just Make It Rain if I plan on sacking Golden Go. So I'm going to Make It Rain and go for a Bulk Up. They go for a Throat Chop. They do have it, so confirmed. Golden Go goes down. Unlucky. All right. We got a Bulk Up with Annihilate. So now we're +2 attack and defense. Oh, this is a Yawn set. Okay. That's so bad. Nice Earth Power. They covered for the Golden Go swap. I think I'm just gonna go Whimsicott, because I can Encore lock the Blood Moon Ursaluna, or I could Encore lock the Sneasler. So I think I'm just gonna go for a. I want to Bulk Up again. I think I'm just gonna go for a Bulk Up. And I'm gonna encore lock the Sneasler and the Throat Chop because Throat Chop's a lot easier to handle. Man, they're playing aggressive here. So I encore the Sneasler. Goes for Throat Chop. It's in an Annihilate. I don't know if they Dire Clawed or it's because of encore random targeting, but we are able to get another bulk up, which is nice, I suppose. Go for Blood Moon. A lot of damage on Annihilate, but this is actually playable because I can encore the Blood Moon or Saluna and lock it into Blood Moon, so can't actually use the Blood Moon this upcoming turn, and then I have to hope for a one turn sleep. That's the unfortunate part. I do have to hope for the one turn sleep. I'm gonna go for Encore into the Blood Moon or Saluna, and I'm gonna go for Drain Punch. They're gonna switch out to Sneasler, which makes sense. This should probably be Dragonite again. Yeah, Dragonite comes in. All right, here comes an Encore into the Blood Moon or Saluna. So I can't go for Blood Moon because it will fail. I at least hope Encore doesn't give it like... Wait. Oh, it does allow you to do that? I actually did not know Encore did. I know that if you use Instruct, it does. I did not know that. Oh my, that's bad. That's bad because now I'm in extreme speed range. I thought it would fail. Well, I guess I learn something new every day. Drain Punch Moonblast into the Blood Moon on probably extreme speed and Blood Moon coming out. There's not anything I could do. I guess I could protect. Actually, wait, no. Now it should fail, right? So you can't attack my Annihilate, so I should be able to get the Drain Punch. I hope that's how it works. They're gonna retreat the Blood Moon or Saluna. Sneasler coming in. All right. I get a Moonblast off in the Sneasler for some damage. Annihilate wakes up, which is actually kind of huge. I am able to get the Drain Punch off. Okay. We get Recovery 2 on top of that. What did Dragonite go for? Recovery is massive. What are you doing with the Dragonite? You are clicking Scale Shot. Okay, Annihilate will take that. Oh boy. Oh, I hit 5. Okay, you hit 5 times. Not ideal. I haven't used my Terra yet, so this is actually kind of a mind game, I think. This is Blood Moon or Saluna coming in, right? Should always be Blood Moon or Saluna coming in. Oh, it's Rillaboom. I still have a Clefable around, which is actually kind of massive. All right, I think my play is just to always protect the Annihilate, and I think we have to Terra Ghost. It's a really silly Terra Ghost, but I think it's necessary. And I think we have to Tailwind on... Yeah, we have to Tailwind. Because we got to cover for Fake Out onto the Whimsicott. We got to cover for Extreme Speed as well. So what this allows me to do is I'm always able to get the Tailwind up with the Whimsicott. I do have the Grassy Terrain healing me. And hopefully we can take one Grassy Glide, maybe. Let's see. All right, protect the Annihilate. Extreme Speed in my Whimsicott, which is super ideal. As we are able to get Tailwind up. We could Encore lock the Dragonite, which would be so great for me. A Grassy Glide my Annihilate. Okay, if Annihilate lives the Grassy Glide, that's basically what we got to go for. We're +3 defense. I don't know, though. I just don't know. But I am going to go for a Drain Punch into the Rillaboom. And I got to Encore the Dragonite. Let's see. Otherwise, the best play was to switch out my Whimsicott to go out into my Clefable the last turn and then click Follow Me Drain Punch. Let's see. Protect Dragonite. Okay. It really just comes down to the play on the Annihilate, though. Like, do we survive a Grassy Glide? It's so clutch if it does. Wait, did Grassy Glide the Whims? Wait, that's massive, actually. That's massive, because I get to Drain Punch into Rillaboom. Hold up. That's a lot of recovery I'm about to get. Oh, that's a lot of recovery I'm about to get. Yes, sir. All right, get all that nice juicy recovery with the Annihilate. Great, great, great. Gotta bring out the Clefable. This is going to be where it gets a bit weird. It's very winnable for us, but it's still strange at the same time. 3 turns of Grassy. I think my play is just to always Drain Punch the Rillaboom. I want to take the knockout on Dragonite if I can, but I don't know if I can. Scale Shot, Grassy Glide. I think we were able to tank fine. I think I just protect and Drain Punch. Yeah, I'm just going to protect Drain Punch. All right, let's see. Protect the Clefable. Is you Drain Punch is going to pick up the knockout into the Rillaboom. All right, perfect. I thought they were going to attempt to Grassy Glide my Clefable for a last-ditch effort, but surprisingly, no. Okay, that's super ideal. Tailwind on their Dragonite. They actually do have Tailwind, but it's not Life Orb on the Ursaluna, so I think I'm okay. I think I KO'd the Ursaluna. I'm pretty sure Rage Fist is going to blow up the Ursaluna. What was the Ursaluna set? We saw... Did we see... we saw Yawn. We saw Earth Power. We saw Blood Moon. Did we confirm if it had Protect? I think we did, right? For +3, and Rage Fist definitely KOs Ursaluna. There's no shot that this fails Rage Fist. And then I think we just click Follow Me, right? Because the only moves they can lock in are like Scale Shot, Extreme Speed. They protect the Dragonite. I think they're going for a error on my part then, which makes sense. All right, they protect the Ursaluna. So we Follow Me with our Clefable. Do they have an out? I don't know what the move is, but I mean, I get Grassy Terrain Recovery. I'm not complaining about this situation at all. If they have well, we saw Extreme Speed, we saw Scale Shot, we saw Tailwind, and we saw Protect. Yeah, the Dragonite can't do anything to my Clefable. And it can't do anything to my Annihilate while I'm on the board, so it's the last turn of Grassy. I could Protect here, but I don't think it makes much of a difference. I think I just always Rage Fist and Follow Me. Because if I double Protect, they get to protect the next turn and set up another Tailwind, so I don't think it's ever worth it. So the Extreme Speed, I get the Follow Me redirection off. Blood Moon going to come out into the Clefable, pick up the knockout. What's stronger? If I Rage Fist, KO the Dragonite, or does it Drain Punch for the recovery into another Rage Fist? I think it's always just Rage Fist. Yeah, I just blow up the, I blow up the Ursaluna. Okay, beautiful. All right. So we did get lucky with the first turn Wake, but Young Blood Moon Ursaluna is not what I was anticipating. I can definitely just Rage Fist, I think, KO the Dragonite. I mean, they're like -1 defense and they have to Scale Shot, so they're going to be -2. And then we're maxed out on Rage Fist. We're +3. I just can't see Dragonite living even multi-scale, man. I just can't see it. The Scale Shot going to come out. Also, like, yeah, like the Scale Shot is not even a 2-shot unless they get really lucky. All right. 4 hits, no crits. Beautiful. That defense boost, speed rise, shouldn't matter. I'm pretty sure Rage Fist KOs. Please show me the KO on that Dragonite. I would love the KO on that Dragonite. Beautiful. Okay, that is a huge win. Huge win. Was not expecting Terra Water Ursaluna. I don't know if that's a thing recently, because I remember I played one on Showdown, like actually earlier today. I loaded up one game on Showdown and it was like a Terra Water Blood Moon Ursaluna in the 1700s. So I'm like, this is actually a thing. But okay. Luckily, it couldn't really super threaten. Like Blood Moon wasn't picking up KOs, which was probably the big one. And then I was able to, again, even though Annihilate was super low, I was actually able to get back to full because of a few Drain Punch recoveries. So nice. Lilligant, Torkoal, Ursaluna, Blood Moon, the Dragonite, Rillaboom, Mimikyu. My team matchup's not awful in the sun. It's not ideal, but it's playable. I'm kind of curious because the Mimikyu makes this weird because they actually have fairy coverage from a Hydreigon. They also have the Dragonite, which I have no idea what the set is gonna be. So, trying to figure out what the best lead is here. Clefable's good. Go's not bad. Hydreigon's pretty solid. I kind of like the idea of Hydreigon plus Clefable lead. I think it's pretty strong against most of this team composition. Because Hydreigon next to Clefable should be able to click follow me. We can Snarl. We could threaten the KO and a Torkoal. They lead Lilycole. Against like Dragonite plus the Ursaluna, I do have the follow me plus Snarl option. And I think Go is a pretty nice switch into everything. They don't have Trick Room. Oh no, they do have Trick Room with the Mimikyu. So makes this a bit weird. I don't know if I want to have Garchomp in back or do I want Wims in back? Because Torkoal is always scary. I do have to watch out for that Mon. I feel like it's Wims. I think I'm going to bring Wims. It might have been Garchomp though. I could definitely see Garchomp doing better. But the thing is, I like the idea of Whimsicott encoring a potential. Actually, I can't encore the Mimikyu because they usually carry Shadow Sneak, right? Because they could Trick Room, Mimikyu's faster than Whimsicott under the Trick Room, and then they Shadow Sneak to play around Encore. Yeah, maybe this wasn't the right play, actually. I thought like Tailwind is also pretty nice for against the Lilligant, but we'll see. Torkoal Lilligant is not too surprising of a lead here. Okay. As we lead Clefable plus the Hydreigon. If we can get rid of Torkoal, we're in a really, really good spot. I think I'm just gonna click Heat Wave immediately off the bat, and because if I was my opponent, what do? I'd probably protect the Torkoal and click Sleep Powder here. I'm just gonna follow me in Heat Wave, I think. Is there any downsides to it? There is a Sleep Powder, and I don't take a turn of sleep. They have to hit 2 Sleep Powders in a row. I think this is probably okay. They don't protect, actually, so I could have KO'd the Torkoal and been in a really good spot, but all right. Nice Sleep Powder dodge. Nice Sleep Powder dodge, Clefable. Nice Sleep Powder dodge. No, oh, we need to hit the Torkoal. Oh, actually, are you clicking Eruption here? You're probably clicking Heat Wave, right? I don't think you click Eruption in this position. Oh, Hydreigon's a team player. Well, kind of missed Torkoal, but hit the mark. Overheat coming out in a Clefable. All right. Not Jex Pack. Are you on this team? Citrus Berry gonna heal. I feel like Overheat from Charcoal should have done more. It is a Jex Pack Torkoal, actually. All right. Huh. What a really strange turn one, how that played out. But all right, beautiful. All right, what do you bring out then? Mimikyu? Dragonite? I don't think you bring out Ursaluna in this position. So we are in it's a weird situation spot because, again, I didn't bring the best answers to Torkoal, but it's not the standard sweep Torkoal. So this might be all right. We're going to see Ursaluna come in, which is fine. Lilligant goes down. This is probably Mimikyu though. They're gonna get Trick Room up. This is not looking super ideal here. That's playable, I suppose. I wonder if I feel like I always Terra Fire with my Hydreigon. Yeah, I should. That's Dragonite coming in, right? I'm okay with going for the Heat Wave, and I'm okay with going for the Follow Me right here. Because unless they have Tailwind on the Dragonite, there is no form of speed control that's going to affect the game. They are going to go for Protect with the Ursaluna, which is fine. I'm just always going to prevent a Scale Shot from coming out in order to outspeed like the rest of my team, and Hydreigon still puts on really good offensive pressure with the Heat Wave. I'm curious if I should go Golden Go potentially on a turn. Get damage in Dragonite to break a multi-scale. It is Tailwind Dragonite. Ooh, that's not great. Okay. I do have my own Whimsicott though, so it's not like awful. I think I always just go for Terrifier Heat Wave though. If they have Protect, they can't. Yeah, if they have Protect on the Ursaluna, it's not Assault Vest. Follow me and Terrifier Heat Wave. Let's see what the damage is. We're gonna see a Terra from my opponent. I wouldn't be surprised if this is Terra Normal Ursaluna. Oh, wait, they have a play that they can make that I didn't consider. That would be Extreme Speed into Hydreigon and Hyper Voice, because that plays around Follow Me. I thought I was super safe here, but Extreme Speed and Hydreigon probably puts me in range of Life Orb, Terra Normal, Hyper Voice. This is not good. I think I might have just lost the game off this turn. I should have considered that, because I completely forgot that the Dragonite can Extreme Speed lock in here. Yeah, I should have switched into Golden Go here. As they go for Hyper Voice, this probably knocks out Hydreigon. Yeah. Can I win this end game? Possibly. Yeah, that was a huge mistake. I kind of just realized that after, and that's kind of the thing about this game. I had probably a better turn one. It's not the most ideal turn one, but I just realized that as soon as I locked in, and that's kind of a thing that's a thing I can't really do against this kind of team, man. Whimsicott locking in. I don't even think I have an out here. Yeah, I don't think I have an out. I'm just clicking Tailwind and Make It Rain. I don't know if they're going to protect here, because I think protect could make a lot of sense. Actually, no, you shouldn't protect here because of the Encore threat. They're going to Extreme Speed my Whimsicott, which makes sense. I need Make It Rain to KO the Ursaluna, which I kind of doubt. I mean, maybe if it's like, since it's Tailwind, maybe Make It Rain would KO. Ooh, good damage, but it's not enough. Earth Power? Oh, they Hyper Voice, actually. Huh. Okay. I bet I have to hope for a mistake, right? Oh, no, wait, no. Ursaluna goes down to its Life Orb. Then it's going to come down to Torkoal, and then I don't think I can beat the Torkoal. Yeah, I think the only way I could win is if Torkoal's only moves are inaccurate fire moves and they have to miss twice in a row. Yeah, so I just click Make It Rain. Maybe I should have Nasty Plotted. There's a chance that Dragonite protects, but I don't think I would protect Dragonite here. I think I would just go on the offense realistically and fire Scale Shots. Make sure that you don't give your opponent any room. Make It Rain will come out into the Dragonite and the Torkoal. All right. Does the Torkoal have an accurate fire move like Weather Ball? Oh, Eruption. Okay, yeah, that makes sense on this team. Oh man, I don't think the Heat Wave from earlier mattered either with the miss, because I'm pretty sure the Torkoal would have maybe actually, because maybe Shadow Ball would have gotten the Torkoal at that range. No, I don't think so. I think like what the Heat Wave probably does, like what at most maybe 50-60%. I don't think Shadow Ball -1 was doing enough damage. I think the turn I just messed up was completely forgetting about the Extreme Speed option that they could go for into Hydreigon, because I was like, okay, I should be able to take any Terra Normal Hyper Voice with Life Orb with Hydreigon as long as I click Follow Me. And then I realized, oh, they could Extreme Speed to play around that. So definitely my bad on that part. I think the guaranteed optimal play was just to switch out into Golden Go, and I don't remember if I protected Clef the previous turn, but I think I just protect Clef. If not, I just go out into Whimsicott. I click Tail and Make It Rain, and then Hydreigon should be able to sweep after, like, just clicking Snarl, I think, in the remainder of the end game. So that's definitely after I get Make It Rain onto Ursaluna and Dragonite. So that was definitely my bad. That was definitely my bad. A bit sloppy on that one turn, and it was just a turn I could not play sloppy because they had the burst mode with the Ursaluna, and I lost my best answer to Torkoal. So something I do recognize for sure. All right, let's go over to games. In game one, no Will-O-Wisp on Magmar made the matchup a lot easier, as I was able to set up the Annihilate comfortably, while Garchomp put out some great offensive pressure into the Sneasler and the Magmar. In game two, a solid start calling the Zorg bluff and getting an easy knockout at the start, and then was able to apply a lot of pressure under Tailwind that was set up. In game three, the start was looking great until the Dragonite revealed Haze, making my setup turns wasted. But one opportunity to finish off the Tauros and getting hit by Scale Shot by Dragonite allowed Annihilate to stack the Rage Fist boost to get the knockouts needed. In game 4, a great start, but my opponent made a nice play to get back into the game, which I could have prevented by going for a Follow Me and Make It Rain attempt. which I should have to not give them any leeway looking back at it, but was in a great position with Hydreigon next to Whimsicott with Encore pressure to lock the Rillaboom into Fake Out and then being able to double up the Annihilate to win. In Game 5, a rematch with a bad start from the coaching Sneasler, making things difficult, including the first turn sleep, making it very difficult to set up. So Tauros was still scary, but with the help of one skill shot dodge and getting the read right on the Tauros, I was able to find a path to victory. In Game 6, Yon Terra Water Ursaluna Blood Moon was strange to deal with. My opponent called my Go switch with an Earth Power that made things very difficult, but gave me one opening to recover all my health with Drain Punch and was able to clean up with Annihilate from there. In Game 7, I had a weird start, but made one mistake, losing my Hydreigon after forgetting to consider the possibility of the extreme speed bypassing the Follow Me, so it would go down to Hyper Voice after the chip. Switching to Go and protecting would have been really safe, putting me in a great spot to potentially win. Overall, the team was solid. I am really happy I brought it to the Louisville Regional Championship. It felt really great overall. I did have some sloppy play, and I felt like if I had a little bit more experience with the team, I definitely think I could have piloted into at least a top cup position, but felt like it was really solid. Like, there were a great amount of options that I had. The Tailwind mode, the setup mode, all basically clicked, was in my range of expectations, and felt pretty good throughout the event. So if you would like to try out the team, the rental code is on your screen. This is the version that I ended up bringing to the Louisville Regional Championship. If you would like to check out the details of the recreation as well as the original creator, they'll be linked down below. But otherwise, subscribe to the channel for more VGC content as always.